What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Now today, we are waiting. Everybody's sitting with bated breath, and I use that term way too often. But we are here waiting to see, will the Here We Go come out? Will the black smoke come out? Whatever it is, or is it white smoke? Either way, is Kostic going to be a Juventus player in the next few hours? Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro, and today it is Friday, August 5th, 2022, and I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus. This is the rundown. We're going to go through some of the different topics of what's going on in the news, but before we do that, do me a favor. Can you do me a real quick favor? Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Like I always say, hitting that like button makes a big difference. So as many likes as you can get out there, hit that like button. Do that first now. We really appreciate your support of the channel. All right, let's get into it. What news do we have for you today? Well, very first, we're going to open this up talking about a homegrown talent, and that, of course, is Fagioli. We're talking about him. Tudo Sports reporting that yesterday there were contacts between Juve and Fagioli's agent to take a further step towards renewal with an agreement until 2026. Fagioli's earning the trust of Allegri, and certainly in the first phase of the season, his presence is fundamental. We continue on with the other parts of that, basically just some more confirmations. Nico Schietta, a guy we trust a lot this season, says Nicolo Fagioli's contract extension with Juventus until 2026 is at the final stage. Last details basically will be coming together. And then, of course, the guy himself, the Bible when it comes to Juve, Romeo Guidetti, confirming Juventus are increasingly optimistic about extending Fagioli's contract. So I'm very interested to see how this unfolds. There's been a lot of positivity when it comes to his performances in the preseason matches and things that he did out there, though it's going to be very interesting to see the moves that are made in this mercado. If you're bringing in more midfielders, if you're trying to keep potentially a guy like Rovella, though there are rumors of him going out on loan as well. If this is going to be a player that is going to have a solidified spot in this rotation, I'm not talking about just being on the rotation, a few games here, a few games there player. I'm talking about a solidified midfielder when it comes to this rotation, and I don't know why I repeated myself there. All right, let's continue on. Let's talk about the other guy that we thought or think could be leaving Juventus, not leaving for Juventus, and that is, of course, Daniele Rugani. Alfredo Padula has some updates regarding him, saying that today a meeting at 11 a.m. between Sampdoria and Juventus for Rugani and then the decision. Sampdoria can cover 50% of Daniele Rugani's wages at about 3 million euros. Cherubini expects a decision by the weekend on the center back. Second part of this, and then we'll come back. We're moving forward, then we're going back. This is what we're doing. Nico Schietta reports in the past hours an exchange was proposed by an agent, Daniele Rugani, to Lazio and Francesco Acerbi to Juve. Lotito shut it down. He said no. That's interesting just because obviously we know that Maurizio Sarri has always been pretty high on Rugani. He would like to see him come and play for Lazio. Lotito's not having it. Lotito's not even going to do any deal. So I guess we can just kind of put to bed any kind of hopes or dreams that SMS Milinkovic-Savic would even come in this mercado, because Lotito is an unmovable object, and that's just what he is. He's unmovable in this situation. His dislike for Juventus, he's not even Torino, he's not Cairo, who made a deal, who agreed for Bremer for money, and he's not, De Laurentiis as well. Something to keep an eye on, though. I would just say is to go back a little bit. The first part of this, which is the rumors of Sampdoria, I think the latest reports that are just kind of floated out there, they're whispers for now, but basically that Daniele Rugani turned down the two options that have been out there, and that potentially he could be staying at Juventus for another season. Take that for what you will. And then we move on, though, and we talk Gianluca Di Marzio report on a potential replacement for Rugani, maybe leaving as well, so it may not be an option for Juventus. Milinkovic-Savic, followed by Juve, he's also been followed by Inter as well as some other outlets, is now very likely to stay at Fiorentina. So there's a chance, and I'm not sure if that falls into he could end up renewing with Fiorentina, but it seems likely that he will stay with Fiorentina. So something to keep an eye on. If Rugani were to leave, then that would be the first option I think Juventus would really go with. I don't think Acerbi is really a serious option. And it's been floated out there for a while. So if you say the Milinkovic-Savic, it hasn't been a thing, you're blind, you're deaf, you're something. I don't know what it is. All right, let's continue on. Let's move back to the midfield. One of the reasons I say Nicola Fagioli doesn't have a spot because he could bring in some other guys, and one of those guys seems to be Paredes from PSG. Gazzetta dello Sport is reporting that PSG have decided to drop the price of Paredes from 25 to 20 million euros. However, Juventus insists on a loan with an option. There's a willingness to pay the full salary of 8 million euros, which, you know my thoughts on Paredes, so I'm not going to go into that. Juventus insisting on a loan with an option, that's good. Obviously, you don't want to get stuck with him if you don't have to, especially for that price point. I think the price point really probably should be closer to 10, 15, if we're being honest, for Paredes, just given time he has on his contract, all the extra superlatives. But when it comes to 8 million euros, Juve are going to pay 8 million euros of the salary. 8 million. You're telling me this management, Cherubini, Arrivabene, that these are the guys that are going to be willing to pay 8 million euros for this kind of player? I'm not fully buying it, but I mean, the rumors of Paredes have been so, not far, I was about to say few and far between, but they've been all over the place. They've been he's been hitting. Let's just say he's been hitting. Paredes has been hitting. It doesn't make sense, but at the same time, I can't really argue with it, so we'll see if Gazzetta dello Sport are correct there. I would imagine that number would have to be lower, right? All right, let's continue on. Now let's get what you guys are really here for. Here are the updates on Kostic as it happens. Tutto Sports reporting that there was already an agreement between Juventus and Kostic on a 3-year, 3.5 million euro deal per season. Now Eintracht Frankfurt must be convinced who are not satisfied with the Bianconeri's offer. They are working on a proposal of more than 10 million euros. I think 10 million euros seems fair. I think that number 10, 12, something like that is more fair. It's more fair than the 20. The 20 is ridiculous, let's be honest. Gazzetta dello Sport continue. Kostic is ready to join Juve at the beginning of next week. Yesterday's contacts between the two clubs were very fruitful. There is no final agreement yet, but there is a commitment to work out the details. So keep an eye on that. No agreement. We're waiting. We're waiting on the here we go. That's what we're doing right now. Romeo Gadesi, it seems inevitable, like, if we're being honest. Juventus are still pushing hard to sign Kostic. There have been positive talks to move the deal closer to competition. So a lot of nothing, but we're getting through everybody spouting the same crap. Giovanni Albanese puts out there, though, that Frankfurt want 20 million euros for Kostic. Juventus are offering 12 plus 3. We do know that they had, rumors are, let's say this. We do know that there are rumors out there that they had already turned down a 15 million euro proposal, obviously from West Ham. A rumor I saw was there was a 15 and 5. If they turn that down, they're out of their minds. But I also understand that Kostic has basically told West Ham, it's done, guys. And that's where we have Fabrizio Romano coming in with his latest report. The Prem head himself, tap-in merchant, whatever you want to call it, says Juventus had direct meetings with the agents of Filip Kostic. Final details on the personal terms have been agreed, and Juventus will work to reach full agreement with Eintracht, still in talks. Kostic wants Juventus as a priority, no agreement with West Ham, and then some of the latest reports I've seen have said that he blatantly told West Ham, sorry guys, I am not coming to West Ham. So, I mean, the writing's on the wall. He's going to be a Juventus player. That'll be the next signing for Juventus in the Mercado. Will the here we go be within the next few hours or so? Stay tuned. We'll see. All right. But it doesn't end there. And the reason I say, could it be or will it be, is this interesting bit of news. Florian Plettenberg with Sky Sport there, for the German league there, updated and said, Kostic, we've been told that he was with the team, this morning, and he should start against Bayern tonight. That's weird. That's strange, is it not? I've seen people say, does he want to get a win for his club and then leave? Maybe. I mean, it could be that. But it doesn't make sense if you have a player that's on the transfer market and you have this... It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that he's playing. You would think you'd hold that guy out because he's not going to be a part of your team moving forward. You need to get the guys that need to work together and gel. And I understand it's Bayern Munich. It's not exactly, you're not going up against the scrubs of the league. But still, interesting at all that he be suiting up and playing if he's right there amidst potentially the moves to be set out on transfer. All right, last bit of news of the day. Let's get to the last story of the day, and that's talking about the other, probably most likely piece of the Mercado, and that's Alvaro Morata. Will he come back to Juventus? Gazzetta dello Sport are reporting that Sunday, a meeting with Atletico for Morata. In the absence of substantial progress, Juve would move on to an alternative. Allegri likes Muriel, but even in the case, the 15 million valuation does not match Juve's ideas. They want to spend less money, right? And then the second part of this is Nico Schiera, who says expect in the next few days new talks between Juve and Atletico Madrid for Alvaro Morata. Allegri would like to bring back the Spanish striker at Juve, but there's a distance on the price as of now, as it has been for a long, long time. But I still feel pretty confident they're going to keep floating news out there. You're still going to have news that, the Morata is not happening. Madrid, they're not going to agree to it. But the thing is, Madrid don't have a place for Morata in their plans. It doesn't make sense. They're going to come to an agreement because he doesn't have any other real options. And Morata, I think, in the end, will become a Juventus player once more. All right, guys, that'll do it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon to stay notified for all our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. And, of course, you can follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.